Yes, we got the battery drain test for the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and this is the time to decide. Although, this is the time to get the S26 Ultra where you can get up to $900 trade-in value and even $150 without trade-in, which you can avail from a pearl listed in this video. Now, we got 3 battery drain tests of the Galaxy S26 Ultra, although the real-world usage will differ from such results, but one thing is very clear. Samsung didn't make a big progress compared to the S25 Ultra. So, my fellow YouTuber ZTech actually made a video about the Galaxy S26 Ultra and iPhone 17 Pro Max, including the S25 Ultra, where S25 Ultra lasted around 9 hours and 55 minutes, S26 Ultra was slightly ahead at 10 hours and 5 minutes, and iPhone 17 Pro Max was at 10 hours and 8 minutes. This is such a close contest between all 3 phones and almost identical between the S26 Ultra and iPhone 17 Pro Max. But here's a catch: the real-world usage would completely different from such results and could potentially perform based on the software optimization on each OS. Second test was from Ben from Level of Tech, and we kinda get similar results where S26 Ultra lasted around 7 hours and 22 minutes, Pixel 10 Pro XL lasted around 7 hours and 30 minutes, and iPhone 17 Pro Max lasted around 7 hours and 33 minutes. We got really good performance on all 3 phones, and here's the catch: there's a bare minimum difference between all 3 phones, and even if we include S25 Ultra, we barely notice any battery difference. Now, if you want to get the S26 Ultra, it is on a really good deal from Samsung during pre-orders, which you can avail from a pearl listed in this video. The third test is more towards a gaming battery test, and S26 Ultra still performs really well. While the fellow tech creator TechDroider used other Chinese phones like the OnePlus 15 and Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, both got really big batteries, but if we only see Pixel, Samsung, and Apple, Pixel 10 Pro XL performed least with an 8 hours and 22 minutes of screen on time, S25 Ultra was at 8 hours and 40 minutes, S26 Ultra was at 9 hours and 8 minutes, and iPhone 17 Pro Max lasted around 9 hours and 41 minutes. This is where optimization played a major role, but still a close contest. But why I shared all 3 tests of the Galaxy S26 Ultra? It is because all 3 gave us almost the similar results, meaning these are the actual battery numbers for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Not a big progress this year because we got the same battery, 5000 mAh. Now, we already compare S26 Ultra and S25 Ultra. Now, Samsung made a couple of tweaks with the Galaxy S26 Ultra compared to the S25 Ultra, and top of the list is the privacy display. Everyone is talking about it, but there's one thing no one is talking about except the Mr. Who's the Boss, who actually notices the display on the Galaxy S26 Ultra compared to the S25 Ultra. Now, when you enable the privacy display, you will see the brightness drop down significantly compared to the S25 Ultra. Now, there is most important thing: even when you turn off the privacy display, the viewing angles on S26 Ultra is different compared to the S25 Ultra because those wide pixels are still on, but the narrow pixels are pointing straight towards the face. So if you tilt it down, you will see a slight dip in the brightness from a side angles. But when you turn it on, it is one of the best features in the display in the recent years in the smartphone industry. Everyone is talking about it, and we really need such kind of a display update in the Galaxy S26 Ultra compared to the S25 Ultra. The brightness level is same on both phones, 2600 nits, and yeah, this is one of the updated display we have on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. This is the M14 panel compared to the M13 on S25 Ultra, and this is the 10-bit display, which is a massive thing because it can show the wide range of colors and it looks good compared to the S25 Ultra. By the way, the price is same, $1299, and you can avail from a pearl listed in this video. The pre-order deals are still on. Now, the next thing, which is more or less people are not talking about it, is actually the heating issue. I was talking about this a lot before Samsung actually launched the phone. Samsung added the bigger vapor chamber in the S26 Ultra. There is not a single issue with the heating of the Galaxy S26 Ultra. We got the overclocked version, 4.74 GHz on S26 Ultra, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, and there is no heating issues with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. And one thing I confirmed like months ago, then Samsung is not bringing back the Bluetooth S Pen on S26 Ultra. No one was talking about it. Yes, I talked about it. Samsung didn't bring out the S Pen on the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and here we are. And now the clickable button is different on the S26 Ultra, and you can only put it from a single side. You cannot tilt it and then put it in because it will have a small bump at the edge. Now, another thing which is confirmed, and I already confirmed it a couple of videos ago, the that Samsung put the aluminum compared to the titanium on the S25 Ultra. Now, there is a lot of debate going on whether aluminum is better or titanium, but this is what it is. Apple did it, then Samsung followed. The cameras is where things got interesting, and we got samples, and those samples actually shows us what is the difference between the S26 Ultra and the S25 Ultra. Now, this time Samsung go with a more natural tone with the S26 Ultra, and those exposure shots are better maintained on S26 Ultra compared to the S25 Ultra. Overall specs are almost similar to the S25 Ultra, but there is some software tweaks that Samsung have done with the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and nightography is far better on S26 Ultra compared to the S25 Ultra because Samsung did something good with the S26 Ultra, and there is one additional mode, APV mode, to record the raw footages, and you can edit it multiple times and it will not lose the actual thing. And there's one amazing feature with the Galaxy S26 Ultra, lock horizontally. So if you tilt the phone while recording, it will keep the frame still, which is another major thing with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Now, there are a couple of AI features on the S26 Ultra, and I believe Samsung will give us these features with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The display is not getting that type of feature because it is built into the display, because these are new pixels into the display, so we are not getting that type of a thing, but the other software things are actually coming on the S26 Ultra. On this note, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace out.